Hello, everybody. My name is Diego Chavez, and I'll be talking about workouts you can do anywhere. Turkey burner. About me, again, my name is Diego Chavez. I have my Bachelor of Science degree in Exercise Science from Grand Canyon University. I have a Performance Enhancement Specialist certification through NASM, and I am also a certified personal trainer through ISSA. I went the sports performance route just because of my background in playing sports my whole life, and then also coaching sports for a couple of years. I mostly coached soccer, and I still train athletes on the side as well. I've had my personal training certification the longest, but I'm currently enjoying that as well, or enjoying this field. I've been employed at Premise Health for just under a year. In this Take 10 webinar, I'll be covering different types of exercise that can benefit overall health with stretching and mobility, cardio, bodyweight exercises, and the importance of consistency and sticking to a routine. I'll cover how doing a little activity and exercise every day can help in the long run. Also, how the stereotype of no days off is frowned upon, especially on the holidays, and then a day off can still consist of any exercise or active recovery, is what I like to call it. I'm going to first go over the no days off concept. Of course, I'm going to be showing you a bunch of different ways we could exercise, but the no days off concept just means that if you need to take a day off, if you need to take a couple of days off, especially during the holidays, it's totally fine. Don't feel like you have to exercise every day. So if you need to take a day or two off, feel free to do so. Just know that when you come back, you have to get back on your grind, get back on the consistency, and when you get access to your gym and you're back to your daily routine. First thing I'll be talking about is stretching and mobility. Stretching can lead to many positive outcomes that come from healthy blood flowing through the body, right? Enhancing the blood flow. With stretching, it helps the blood circulation that eases the workload of the heart and still flows through your muscles to avoid feeling tight, which is something common as well during the holidays. Colder weather kind of leads to you being more tight, not sleeping in your usual bed, and maybe you're visiting family, you're visiting friends, you're staying with your friends, staying with your family, and that leads to feeling tight in the morning. Also, not too much movement during the holidays. That's kind of like the last thing on people's minds sometimes, which is totally fine. Um, just like cardio and strength training, though, stretching does help maintain healthy blood pressure and reduces strain on the cardiovascular system over time. Stretching boosts energy and mental clarity when it is needed, which is going to be needed during the holidays, of course, especially during Thanksgiving. And the best part of it all is that all you need is 5 to 10 minutes to do so. You could find a great way to fit it into your stretch routine or into your exercise schedule overall. What I mean with quality over quantity is just what I mentioned right now is a 5 to 10 minutes is all you need, right? You don't if you want to stretch, don't feel like you have to find 20 or 30 minutes to get a good stretch in. All you need is 5 to 10 minutes, which is awesome. Next is going to be the cardio. When you think of cardio, we all think of high intensity stuff, right? We think of running, biking, swimming at a high intensity, but that's not the case with cardio. So cardio, it is very easy to squeeze lower intensity cardio during the holidays or squeeze it into your schedule. You could squeeze in your hobbies, right? A hobby of mine is biking, but it doesn't always have to be super high intensity, right? You could go low intensity biking, low intensity swimming, and then of course low intensity hiking, things like that. You could make it enjoyable, but of course by finding a hobby that is a little bit more active. Doing everyday activities can also squeeze in the category of cardio since the heart rates elevate often when you're cleaning, mowing the lawn, or taking out the trash. Personal favorite of mine is taking a bunch of groceries up and down the stairs a couple times. That's pretty good cardio. If you feel like you're finding yourself sweating after doing some sort of movement, that's kind of a great way to categorize cardio in that sense. And of course, we all know that cardio improves heart health. Exercising the heart can decrease resting blood pressure and heart rate. And then long term, it also keeps the brain functioning properly for a longer period of time. Cardio strengthens joints, which leads to stronger bones that can combat osteoporosis, leading to a longer and higher quality of life, right? As I mentioned here, longevity is the lottery. So as you exercise, over time, you're gonna have a longer quality of life, which can lead to more holidays and more turkey burner presentations. Bodyweight exercise. So super simple here. The reason why I like to mention bodyweight exercise is it's simple and effective, right? In PE, you think of what you did. You do jumping jacks, you do some stretches, you do push-ups, you do planks, sit-ups, crunches, squats, anything that you can think of without any weight. It's effective, right? And then the reason why I like this as well, you can make it harder and easier, I guess, based on your experience level and fitness level. I love it because it could be done anywhere, but it also maintains your muscle strength and endurance, right? Ways that you can make it harder and easier, right? A push up, make it a little easier, go onto your knees, make it harder, right? You could just increase the reps. Squats, you make it easier by just doing it onto a bench and standing up, or onto a chair and standing up, making it harder, add a weight, right? You could, if you have access to a weight vest, then use that. If not, you could grab, gallon of milk maybe. Your pet, if they enjoy being held, you could add that. Going up and down the stairs with something in each hand is a great way to make it a little bit harder as well. Then finally, you're still going to be working the muscles, but you're going to give the joints a break. Your joints are really going to love not having to work work with an external force and just using your body weight to exercise, right? It's going to, again, maintain muscle strength and endurance, but it might not improve or decrease as it would if you were to use external forces in strength training. So just keep that in mind. The bodyweight exercises are to maintain, and that's going to be a great way for you to come back into your daily routine once you get back to your daily routine. Our last slide is about consistency, right? So all the above topics are great ways to be consistent. Finding ways to fit those into your schedule is very important, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes, finding some time just to, do something active is going to help you in the long run, right? Consistency just means doing something that positively affects your goals. Okay, so just keep that in mind. When we exercise consistently, our muscles, bones, and cardiovascular system are going to adapt, right? As I mentioned in the slide, unlock the power of adaptation. Whatever we choose to be consistent at, our body will respond positively. For example, cardio, even at low intensity, leads to fat loss over time overall. Bodyweight exercises maintains muscle and can increase muscle mass as well, with that, which leads to fat burning, right? Using stretching and mobility as a way to warm up or to increase blood flow at a low intensity, or even stretching, can also enhance your metabolism and promote muscle activation. All of the examples I've listed are great ways to be consistent. So my advice is to schedule it in. Find something that you enjoy doing just to make you feel like you're not doing a chore. And then, of course, be proud of yourself for showing up. So, thank you for coming to my Take 10 webinar. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you.